Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 3 replays in the American Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the AMBT. Now if you did like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the AMBT, it is currently available to earn for free in a contract. All you've got to do is spend the time to complete the contract, and it's available for like the next 2 and a bit months from release of this video. And you will be able to earn this tank for free. What did I think of this AMBT? Well, I used to absolutely detest this thing because its top speed used to be 40 kilometers an hour. Mixed in with pretty poor reload on this auto reloader, and then gun handling that was a bit wonky as well. And the fact that you had to run the traction system because the top speed was utterly atrocious on this vehicle. And the penetration at 215 on the standard, it was just like, oh, I just detested playing this thing. I really did. It's quite nice hull down, but it can be countered when it's hull down because all you have to do is shoot underneath the gun and you'll go straight into the shot catch underneath the turret, which then nullifies its ability to be hull down. And just because you were so slow, your gun handling felt wonky. Your penetration at 215 meant that if you were in a bottom tier matchup, your penetration just felt a bit poo. But then you also never really felt like you could just reload premium rounds because your reload is awful, right? It just meant this tank was just an absolute chore to play. But then they buffed it, and they buffed one of the things that was really bad about this tank, which was its top speed. They made it go from 40 kilometers an hour up to 48 kilometers an hour, and that was a massive change for the AMBT, because that meant that you can actually get to positions. You don't just trundle anymore. You can get to positions and get hull down and use this gun to pretty decent effect. You still have a terrible reload. The gun handling still feels a little bit wonky, but it's definitely a lot better now because you can run the gun stabilizer instead of having to drop the gun stabilizer for the traction system to go faster. I mean, realistically, if you wanted to, you could still drop the gun stabilizer and run traction system to go at 52 kilometers an hour, and you would hit that, but that's down to you and how you want to play the vehicle. Your best reload on this vehicle is 11.67 seconds for 360 alpha, which really isn't that good. Is pretty damn slow, really. You've got then a reload for 13.86 on its second shell and 15.31 seconds on its third shell. So the shell that takes the longest is the first shell that goes into the tank, and that is the one that reloads for 15.31. But auto reloaders are one of those things that I've always liked. It's just that the balancing is wonky at times on these things, that they usually make the reload tragic, and that's because of the flexibility. The flexibility of these auto reloading systems is a very nice feature to use because you can go full auto on people. You can drop in this 1080 odd clip that this tank has and get a bit of burst damage. Oh, by the way, the poor Stirrer Mill here. I'm shooting at the artillery and I'm like, I'm not hitting the arty, but I'm getting penetrations. Oh, I've killed the Stirrer Mill. Oh, that poor guy. But yeah, you flip from being able to use that clip with, you know, the 1080 or whatever, to then being able to play single shot. And obviously, playing single shot, you don't have very good DPM at all, really. But you can just keep slapping out the shots for 360. 360 is a nice alpha to have on a tier 8 medium tank. It means that you do roll for quite decent amounts. And you can have that flexibility to switch between being a single shot, being an auto loader, or even just playing it as a double tap. So you basically single shot people down to the point where they're going to be killable, and then you just double tap. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the old AMBT? Well, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun. The 3 gun perks to make this gun as good as humanly possible. The Camouflage Expertise and Silent Driving to make the camo, which is actually pretty decent on this tank, down to a decent level as well. And then the Advanced Loader, the Gun Stabilizer, and Optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself, get myself that 486 meters of view range. The Gun Stabilizer to make this gun better, because like I say, the gun is a little bit derpy and it's a bit of a pain in that regard. And the Advanced Loader to make the DPM better, because it is truly not very good. So that first game, we managed to get the epic victory. We came top of the team with 1 kill, 3.7k damage, the 798 assistance, the Confederate, the High Caliber, the Sniper Medal, the second class of 1440 base XP. A fairly average game there for the AMBT on Prokhorovka. And yeah, it showed what the tank can do, but also that was one of those games where I felt like if I was in any other tank that wasn't an auto reloader with pretty poor DPM, I might have actually got more damage, because there were situations where I was just stuck reloading. I was stuck in a cycle where I was stuck reloading. I was like, I can't fire at this guy. I've got to wait. I've got to wait because otherwise I'm going to have terrible DPM, which is the pain of the AMBT. The thing with all the auto-reloaders is you've got to learn to have patience and know when and where you want to be firing, because otherwise you can get yourself stuck into some really bad situations with reloads, and that can be pretty awkward. But like I said, the other problem for the AMBT is the fact that your penetration isn't the best at 215 on the standard APCR, and your premium round is really good at 278, which means that a lot of the time, if someone's got an AMBT, you're probably going to likely see them fire full prem, because the premium round is just so much better than the standard round. And then if you need to load it, you don't have to then faff about with the terrible reload to be able to actually get a clip of premium in, because naturally, if you have a full clip of standard and you want to load APCR, you've got to reload the full clip again, which is pain, and you've got to sit and wait for the reload. And then by that point as well, most of the time, you've not got the chance to fight the premium APCR anymore, which is also pain. The standard shell velocity on the standard APCR is 1278, with the premium APCR velocity being at 1492, which again just makes the premium APCR just that much better, which is, again, the pain of the AMBT for me, is the fact that the premium round is just flat out better. And if you want to have a truly pretty okay experience in the AMBT, you're probably just going to want to fire full premium, because that way you get the better velocity, you get the better penetration, you don't have to worry about having to switch rounds and deal with the terrible reload, right? Or have situations like you're going to see in this video, in this replay, sorry. And I think the next one does the same as well, where we end up running out of the standard round, and then we have the awkward situation where I just have to dump because, well, I can't reload any more shells, and that's awkward in of itself. You do have 9 degrees of gun depression in the AMBT, though, by the way, which is definitely very, very nice, and that means that you are good on a ridgeline. You've only got 10 degrees of elevation, though, and that can lead to some awkward situations, so be careful of that. But one of the things that makes this gun feel a little bit derpy is the fact that you do have 2.08 accuracy during movement with the setup I've got, which is not that good, and 0.9 accuracy during rotation, which is also not that great as well, which combined means that the gun does bloom out quite a bit, and you only have a 2.5 second aim time, which means that you can just feel it taking an age to go in, and then when you do miss, it's the pain of an auto-reloader, really, is that when you do miss, you feel that miss, because you go, oh, I've got to reload for like 10 years now, and that is pain. I say, I'm just not a big fan of the AMBT, but it is a lot better since they buffed the top speed. That was one of my biggest gripes with the AMBT, was the top speed was tragic, to be fair, and the 48km/h top speed is definitely a world of difference to the way this thing plays. So it's definitely a lot nicer, and for free. You can't really moan if you're getting it for free out of the contract. So this game here on Ruinberg, we've taken an aggressive position here at F5, F6, and I was just thinking, okay, we're just going to keep pumping out shots from this position. We've got a T-54 in an awkward position on the corner at 8-0. That gorilla decided to push it across the middle, and I wasn't having any of his shenanigans, so we put 2 shots into him. And then with the second shot, we actually managed to track him, and he got shut down, giving us some lovely assistance. Now we've got the shell in. I'm thinking, okay, let's see if they get shot into the T-54. But he's not spotted currently, so we're just waiting to see if he is going to pop up. We finally get the final shell loaded in. We put a blind shot down range. He's not there, so we don't actually hit. And I'm wondering, okay, is there any tanks still at E90? Let's go see. It's like, oh my goodness me, that's a 4005. Oh! And you can see the moment to breathe. That was a moment where the controller gets put down and you go, whew, well, that was close. That could have hurt. That could have hurt. Thankfully, the 4005 didn't actually react in time for us to die, and we managed to shut him down. Bad time in there on the T-54. We finally wait for that second shell to go in, and that's the pain of an auto-reload right there. I didn't want to fire that last shell because I'd have to sit with a terrible reload. We waited for the extra 2 to 3 seconds to load that second shell, and by the time we fired, he was dead. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes with some of these auto-reloaders. We're up to 3.1k damage with 1,839 assistance. We know where the Dragon is, and we know where the VK is. We know the SE-130 PM was up there as well, so I'm just being careful not to take the hit from the Dragon. I want to try and keep my DPM as high as possible, so that's why I haven't just auto-loaded on this VK. And this is where I make a mistake. So I put 1 in, and I go, aha, I can kill this guy. So I put 2 in, and then I pull back, so I think, well, you know what, I'm going to reload. Oh! I've only got 1 shell left. I should have just auto-loaded all over his face, which is a problem. Which means we've only got 1 shell of APCR left as standard, and we're now stuck in a position where we can't reload. anymore. We have to fire the shell to reload unless we switch. And I felt like in the time it takes me to get to this SU-130PM and the Draugen, I'm probably not going to get a chance to reload anyway. So we get the shot in on the move to the SU-130PM, and I was just trying to nick him with a little bit of a ram, but unfortunately we don't quite get there to get the kill. The Batchat 155-55 is being pressured by our medium tank, but I'm thinking maybe I could get a shot in, but sadly the E4 manages to find the shot and shut down that tier 10 artillery as well, or tier 9 artillery, sorry. And finished with the victory, the 1 kill, the 4.6k damage, 2,000 assistance, the Confederate, the first class, for 1,898 base XP. A pretty decent game there against tier 10 opponents on Ruinberg. And we had that moment. We had that moment with the 4,005, and it was like, oh my god, my hit points. Thank goodness me he didn't shoot us. That could have been a bad moment. That was one of those moments where you go, oh god. Oh. And yes, there was a mess in the trousers. It was a bit of a problem, you know. But we're on to the third and final replay of this game. And we're on the third replay, and this third replay is the one that you've probably been waiting for from when you've seen the title of the video. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of a stormer. We're on Dukla Pass, and on Dukla Pass, we are going to push quite aggressively to the position at D3, D4, and then from there, what I'm hoping to do is then advance up to about D5, D6, because I can get hull down on the little rock position there, and I can also actually spot out, get assistance that way, and progress the fight up towards their cap. I'm not really a big fan of going along the outside to where the A line is and get up to the position at A5, because they can have plenty of positions that can counter you by doing that, and when you get to that rock, it's quite difficult to get away from it. So if you push hard and fast down here, exactly what we're doing right here, go to this position. If you get spotted, you can take cover on this little ridge line of rocks that's on the right-hand side. That will keep you covered from all the fire, which is great, and you can try and find a position to shoot. But if you don't get spotted by the point you get here, you can just push so aggressively straight to where we're going right now. From this position here, we can shoot stuff like the Diamondback that's there. Anyone that goes along to A5, 6, we can shoot them, and we can spot the campers that might sit at D8. This is a really strong position, but you've got to be very careful because it's also a bit of an awkward one, because if they're looking at you, there's a lot of times you'll be able to keep spotting them, but you won't be able to get the shot yourself. And it can be a bit awkward in that regard. We do manage to get the shot into the 40 TP and finish him off. We double tapped him there. And we're currently unspotted because, I mean, the setup we've got 323 metres of still concealment. So the concealment's pretty good on this tank. And you saw there that 40 TP was stock. So he just couldn't see us because he was blind as a bat. And we managed to kill him. With 486 metres of view range as well, with the build we've got, means we can actually get quite a bit of assistance by spotting as well, which is nice for the AMBT. And we found the Piggy. It's like, hello, Mr. Piggy. Let me put the shots in. Hello, sir. I'm just going to autoload all over your face because it's always great to get rid of the Piggy. But he gets away from us, and you can see here, this is restraint. I'm like, no. Nope. I don't want to fire this last shot if I couldn't kill it. I didn't want to fire the shot if I couldn't kill the tank, because otherwise I'd have stupidly bad DPM, and I didn't want to just get stuck in a terrible reload. That's the kind of restraint you've got to have sometimes for these tanks, because you do have to go, well, I can't kill it, there's no point in lowering my DPM, I'll hold off. But we can clip out this T-3488, so we get 2 in, and it's like, yes, I can get the kill. Let's go. But he managed to pull back, so I've got to make sure I want to get this kill. Aim it in. And we hit the floor. Because Thankyou gun, RNG's great for this gun sometimes. Like I say, this gun is derpy. When it decides to, it doesn't want to hit things, it won't hit things. And it's just so frustrating at times, especially when you've got such a bad reload. So we could have got the kill there on the T-3488. But, yeah, again, the game just said, no, I don't feel like giving you the kill there, mate. You know what? I'm going to feel for the poor tier 6 medium tank here and let him get away with it. Although, it didn't work out for the poor tier 6 medium tank because he also just blew up not long after it either. But we're up to 1 kill with 1,947 assistance, 982... Wait. I said that wrong. 1,947 damage with 982 assistance. And we are progressing. So I'm thinking, right, okay, do I go after this FV4202P? I'm expecting the Diamondback to possibly in a position to shoot up here. But I don't spot him as a cross, so you know what? I'm going to try and cut off the 4202P, and I'm going to get into a position to shoot the Banana Buster. We found the Banana Buster, so it's like, hello, Mr. Banana Buster, I've got shots into the side of your turret. Well, I can kill you with this clip, so I may as well kill you. if you can kill something, it's always worth just taking the shots. It's always worth just putting the shots out. Even when you're on like the second shell or the final shell, if you see something that's a one shot, just get the gun out of the game. Just suffer the bad DPM, get the gun out of the game. The only time that I'd say don't do it is when you realise, oh, I'm only like 2 seconds off the reload. I may as well wait the extra 2 seconds, have the better DPM, and then I've got an extra shell to fire. The auto-reloading system is a lot about how you play it, and it's a lot about holding off and knowing when and where to hold and when not to fire. So you can see, I've got 2 shells in. I could have just waited for a third, but I decided, no, I can get the kill on that artillery. I'm going to put those shells in to kill it. And that's what we do. We shut down the equalizer there, get our 3rd kill of this game. We now switch to premium, because number 1, I'm going against a Diamondback, and I thought, well, I'm going to struggle with the Diamondback from the front, so I want the 278 pen to go through it. But not just that. I also don't want the situation that you saw in the last game where I end up running out of APC or standard rounds by accident and I have to load 1 shell for a long time. So right here again, I go for the long reload shot because I decide I can kill the Diamondback and it's good to get rid of him. A Derp shell flies past us and it's like, whoa, that was a Derp gun shell. That was a slow HE round. There's something with the Derp gun back there, so okay, we're going to not bother with that because I probably won't spot it. So we're going to hopefully manage to get a chance to reload a full clip and then poke out on the corner. But actually, we can see this Barask, and we can see the Snakebite. They're both one-shots, so it's like, wait for the DPM, well, wait for the second shell, sorry. We put in the shot to kill the Barask. It's like, come on, Mr. Snakebite, give it to us. There we go. Thank you very much, sir. And we secure the top gun right there and right then, and we're back onto the worst reload we can have. But again, that's the flexibility of the auto-reloading system. They are great kill stealers. I mean, kill securers. Sorry, kill securers. They are great kill securers because you will always want to try and wait for your best DPM, but then you've always got shells to just go, oh, that guy's a one-shot, and then shut them down. That's why I don't have that good a record in terms of damage for the Bisonte, but I have loads of kill medals in it, because I'm always waiting for the reload, going, oh god, it's taking forever. Oh, I can kill it now, I may as well just kill it, and that's what you do. And it's similar for the AMBT. So we're going after this 110 now. We wait for that reload to come in, put the shell in to shut down the 110, sorry, and we secure our 7th kill of this game, up to 3.8k damage. We know there's a T-43 on our right now, and we can kill that guy in 1 clip, and I'm like, give me my Radley Walters. I want my Radley Walters. So we come over, take a hit from the FE4202P, but I'm not bothered about that guy. Use the clip, shut down the T-43. Thank you, Mr. T-43, for my 8th kill of this game. Leaving just 3 tanks left, and I'm thinking at this point going, the pools is on. They are capping, which is a time pressure, which is why we are now pushing after this 4202P, who has managed to get himself a little bit safer from us, but that's actually going to work to his detriment, because that means I've got more time to get my reload in. We try and get a snapped RBRT in there. I was hoping to maybe pen it and put it down to a one-shot, but we only tracked it. But we're going to make sure now with these final 2 rounds to get rid of this 4202P, and that's what we do. Good night, sweet prince. Good night. And we secure our 9th kill of this game. Oh, I can feel that golden medal. I can feel it. It's creeping up. There's 25 seconds left on the cap, so there's not enough time to fully reload the clip, but I know that I'm going to be able to reset. But I also have a medium tank with me. I'm thinking maybe this guy can reset. So you can see we're going to poke up on the ridgeline. We can get hull down against this T28 HTC. We're going to aim up at his weak spot, and the medium tank shoots it and resets it. So now I can just sit and wait. I can sit and wait on my reload. I don't have to shoot it again anymore because he's in the open. He's not going to get safe. And there's no point just firing my 2 shells because I'm not going to kill it. Now I can fully clip him out. So we get 1 shot into the weak spot of the T28. 2 shots. Can we get the kill before someone else? Yes! Pools medal. Let's go. 10 kills in the bag. And there's 1 tank left. That is the 20th Pools medal I've managed to get. And we're up to 5.8k damage with 182 assistance. There's 1 tank left, and it's a Brumbayer. Now, you know that HE round, that Derp round that flew towards us down the 9 line earlier on? My brain went, a Derp round flew at me from down the 9 line. I wonder if that Brumbayer is down here in this corner. Because no one spotted him coming down the 1-2 line. Maybe he might be tucked in the corner somewhere at K1 and we've just not spotted him. But I wonder if he's still down here. So let's go and investigate. We may as well. It's worth the guess. And maybe we can secure an 11th kill of this game? Maybe? That'd be pretty good, right? So we're going to go storming after him this way. And again, this is where the buff to the AMBT's top speed is great, because that genuinely means that I can actually get about the place. If I had 40 kph top speed, I wouldn't have got to half of these positions or get half of these kills probably, because it would have taken me far longer to even get there. And I would have had 44 kilometers an hour top speed because I'd have run the traction system, and that meant that my gun handling would have been far worse. So, yeah, that top speed buff has been massive for the AMBT. And there you go, we managed to find the Brumbayer, who's clearly given up. And we managed to get the victory with the 11 kills, 6.5k damage, 982 assistance. Great times. The Ace Tanker, the Crucial Contribution, the Devastator, Top Gun, the High Caliber, the Sniper, the Pools Medal. 2.6k damage with 11 kills. A 2.6k damage, 2.6k base XP, sorry. Woo! What a game for the AMBT. Pools Medal, 20th one in the bag. It's always great to see that Golden Pools Medal award. Oh, it's always great. Well played, Swindle. You helped, bro. You helped with this Crucial. So as always, everybody, that's the AMBT. You can earn it for free in the contract. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Great success!